Hey, this is Anonymous T. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. Sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending good energy, and blessings to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we got to talk, you guys, Love Island USA, the Casa Recoupling, one of the best episodes of the franchise, one of the best episodes across all of the franchises of Love Island as far as I'm concerned, because it delivered. Now, it was a 90-minute episode last night. However, your girl went straight to the 45-minute mark or so, because I didn't care what was happening the first 45 minutes. I wanted to get straight to the Casa Recoupling, where all the fireworks was at, right? So they started off with Liv. We, of course, knew that she was going to recouple since she was single. They also brought in first Kendall and Nicole. They decided to stay loyal to each other, and he got to sit there and sit through all of the mess, you guys. So that was hilarious. Leah thought that she was going to be sticking loyal to Miguel, and Miguel comes back with Sierra, who I feel like is a Sully clone. And Miguel gets there, and he's like, just because I brought back Sierra doesn't mean that I can't still explore things with Leah. And Sierra knows that she's here, but I'm open to everybody. Doesn't mean we're dating or we're together. And I said, what? The one thing I will say about Miguel is I appreciate that he's at least open, that he's an F-boy. He is open that he is here for a good time, not a long time. He is here to let the people know none of you are his girlfriend. He is dating none of you. He does not care about any of you. He is going to maximize this experience, and whether it's a bombshell, a Casa girl, or whomever, he's going to get to know everybody. And I think what happened with Leah, I think she got caught up because they had sexy time the night before Casa Amor, and she caught feelings and thought that he was going to come back single, but then she said she knew he was going to come back with somebody. So I was like, well, if you knew he was going to come back with somebody and you know his history, why didn't you recouple up with Ignacio? Make it make sense. So then we move on to Janae, you guys. And Janae, I'm thinking, she's going to be loyal, even though I felt she should have just chose Jacoby anyways. I feel like as, these female islanders, even as a protection, even for safety purposes, always recouple no matter what. Always recouple, never put yourself in a situation to be vulnerable is my thought process, right? So Jaina, she's like, I'm loyal. I missed Kenny. I talked to a couple of the guys, but they didn't have the connection I had with Kenny. So nonetheless, I want to stick with him, right? And then Kenny comes back with Catherine. Kenny comes back with Catherine. Janae, why do I keep calling her Jaina? Janae is pissed, and she's like, listen, get my suitcase. I am out of here. Get me out of here. I am done. I am sick and tired of taking L's on this show. Every guy that I've been into in this show has played me or disrespected me. I am over it. And then Liv, who I think has a girl crush on Janae, is the first one to run over there and is like, no. You're not going anywhere. Just breathe. Just relax. And so she's asking Kenny, what's up? What's tea? Do you have a stronger connection with this girl that you brought back from Casa? And Kenny says no. And she's like, well, why is she here? And he's like, well, we were only in a couple for a couple of days and all the things, so I figured you would explore too. And Janae's like, well, what would make you think that? What would you make, after everything I've been through in this villa, what would you make you think that I would just go ahead and couple up with someone else? And then from there, Kenny was like, well, you've had multiple people to explore. I've only, been in a, couple with you. So therefore, I thought it was time to explore and bring somebody back at Casa and see, what it was. And so Janae was like, well, again, if you knew our connection was stronger and you still brought somebody else back, like, what is there to explore? And so the girls, one by one, they are dragging all these dudes because they're all coming back on smoke. They're all coming back with girls practically, and it's an embarrassment. It is an utter embarrassment, you guys. So then we move on to Kayla, right? Kayla says she's aware of the video that was sent to the people that showed some nefarious things going on, even though technically production kind of gave Aaron a little bit of a pass. I hope they show all movie night, but nonetheless, they showed a little bit, and him speaking to Daniela in Spanish and everything else. But nonetheless, she said that she didn't want to recouple with anybody because nobody there had the connection that she had, and she wants to remain single. And then Aaron, he's coming back because he sees Kaylor single, and he's like, let's bleep and go. Let's go. And nobody was clapping. Nobody was clapping. So normally what will happen is when both parties decide to stay loyal, everybody at the fire pit claps, right? Including the host. Everybody's clapping because it's like all cute, right? All cute. They were loyal to each other. They're going to be stronger than ever, blah, 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 blah. Except for nobody was clapping when Aaron was like, let's bleep and go. Let's go. and then as he got closer and saw that it wasn't that type of party, it was hilarious. And Kaylor was like, listen, I saw a video of you. And Aaron's like, well, what was on the video? And she was like, well, why don't you tell me? And so he's like, well, I'll explain everything later. And Ariana, she was cracking me up. She was like, well, I've got all the time in the world now, so why can't we explain it now? And so nonetheless, Aaron then convinced Kaylor to say what she saw in the video. I didn't like that. I would have manipulated that situation to be like, listen, you're going to tell me what is on that video, and I will tell you what I saw in the video. Because why give Aaron the upper hand that you only saw limited footage in the video so that he can try to lie and spin his way out of this, of all of the things that he was doing in that villa with the Casa girl, right? But nonetheless, it's going to come out movie night anyway, so I'm not worried. But nonetheless, Kaylor said, listen, I don't want anything to do with you right now. I'm single. I don't want to be in a couple with you. Even though I know this is going to be short-lived, I know they're going to get back together because this is giving another Sydney and Isaiah situation where production is going to force these people to get back together, and it's going to be lame. It's going to be lame. It's going to be boring, you guys. But nonetheless, there was that. Then they bring in Rob next, right? Rob, of course, went to Casa Single. As you guys know, he previously was a Casa guy and did not make it through. So he comes back this time around and survives Casa. And then Ariana, she's making jokes that he survived Casa this go around. And so he brings in Daniela, the same Daniela that Aaron had a connection with at Casa Amor, and decided to dump her off to his friend Robbie Boy so he can have his cake and eat it too. So Kaylor is the main one who is clapping. She is excited for Rob to come back, and the girls are looking at her like, that's Daniela. That's Aaron's girl. That's the girl Aaron was messing with all throughout Casa. Stop clapping, Kaylor. And then when she gets the confirmation and realizes that this is the Daniela that Aaron has been, inappropriate with at Casa Amor, then Kaylor is completely shook. She's pissed off once again. She's in her feelings once again. And then Rob and Daniela sit down and everything else, right? So then finally, we move on to Serena and Cordell, you guys. And it's just a hot mess. Kendall is giving these crazy reactions. Kaylor also called out Kendall. I was glad she did that. Basically saying, listen, your little messy reactions and you encouraging the men to be inappropriate at Casa Amor was not appreciated, and that you and Rob said hurtful things about the girls. That wasn't appreciated. I thought you were like a brother and you are moving foul at Casa Amor. And I think Kendall thinks that he has secured the win, and he's not going to win. Anybody but Kendall and Nicole, anybody but Kaylor and Aaron, and really I don't want Leah to win either, because I just feel like it's problematic, but they have to find a way to keep these OG girls to the end, and I don't know how that's going to happen, because they're providing all the entertainment, they're providing all the smoke for these people, they're providing all of the content that I am here for. This is the first time a group of OG girls. I have enjoyed everybody in a very long time. They ride hard for each other. They defend each other. And they give all these men the business. The issue that I have with them is the pick-me behavior, though. They need to be taking, everything they do is like in defense mode, and they need to be on the offense. They need to be, making these men sweat, making these men being scared of losing them, and they're not giving that energy. So, which brings us to Serena and Cordell. So Serena says before Cordell comes out, you know, she doesn't care whether or not that if Cordell brings somebody back, she's done with him. She's single. She's not going to accept disrespect. She's not going to tolerate any dishonesty. She thought that prior to Casa Amor, things were on the up and up with her and Cordell until she saw the video and it was a hot mess. And so therefore she's done. She's done. She's going to be single. She didn't have a connection with any of these other dudes. So she's going to be single and she doesn't care what Cordell does, right? Cordell, of course, comes back with Dea, and you know, it's tense because they're like, they've got their heads down at first, and Dea's trying to like pep them up, like, listen, get your head up, get your head in the game, and all these things. And he's like, you know, I don't know, it's gonna be a little shaky or whatever. And so then some of the people at the fire pit have their head down, and Serena, she's standing there in all of her glory, you guys. And so Ariana's welcoming you know, Cordell and Dea back to the villa, and then it's on and popping with Serena. Serena is like, listen, I saw you on video, I saw you dry humping, and she's like imitating the dry humping and all of these things. And Cordell's trying to get in there and say that it was taken out of context and that the video was taken out of context and all these things. Cordell tries to apologize to Serena. She doesn't care, and she gives him the middle finger and kisses her behind. I mean, she's just going in. She's just dragging Cordell, you know, and I don't know if they're going to get back together or not. I hope not. But it was just wild, right? So that was kind of the gist of everything. I was living for Serena dragging Cordell. I thought it was funny. Now, there seems to be people who have mixed reviews because they feel as though, you know, Serena, you kind of led him on. You kind of were wish-washy about him until you were up for elimination or a bombshell showed Cordell attention. But I mean, she was right that the moment that a woman that he was feeling, you know, basically gave him the attention he was looking for, he was going to get his wee-wee wet, right? And so she wasn't wrong. But at the same token, some people are like, okay, Serena, like, you kind of, if there was a guy that was there that was totally about you and all about you and was fine, you would have ditched Cordell as well, right? So nonetheless, you guys were each other's best option for the time being, and nonetheless, Cordell struck first and was able to find somebody, at least for now, that he feels tickles his fancy or whatever. But nonetheless, you know, that was the end of the episode. We didn't see any fallout. The fallout is coming on Sunday, and I cannot wait. So the fallout is going to be that Serena is continuing to cuss out Cordell. Kaylor is going to be cussing out Aaron, and they're going to have to do a double date. I hope they do a double date like Love Island UK does, where Daniela and Dea can take out Kaylor and Serena and just spill all the beans of everything that took place. Just tell everything that happened and all of the things that was not in this video, and then come back and confront them. Like, I think the lunch dates are hilarious, right? Especially if people give something, right? And so then Dea and Daniela, you know, they're the Casa girls, so they're up here giving each other, you know, hey, like, I love you, I'm here to support you, blah, 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 because it's about to be a bloodbath. And then there's a scene, you guys, of Kenny crying, you guys. Now, some people think Janae is leaving. I don't think she is. I don't think she's going anywhere. She knows she's a fan favorite. She knows that she is delivering. Production loves her because she gives the best one-liner. She gives the best reaction. She is probably one of my favorite Islanders ever because her personality, she was made for this. Her timing is just on point. She has the perfect reaction to everything. She tells these men whatever, and it is just hilarious. It is hilarious. She is TV gold as far as I'm concerned. So I don't believe she's going anywhere. I just think in the moment she was upset. But nonetheless, Kenny is breaking down. Kenny is in tears. Kenny is crying. Kenny has lost his mind and all this, but I don't know if he's upset because he thinks Janae is leaving or if he is upset because he's shocked at how Janae is upset at him for bringing somebody back at Casa and thought that this was going to work. Now, to be honest with you, I don't think Kenny really wanted to bring somebody back from Casa. I think he got convinced by production to do so and took the bait and fell for the trap because he really didn't do anything at Casa too much. There was really anything that was, you know, on the level of what Aaron and Cordell did, so I was a little surprised he brought somebody back, but I think he was pressured to do so. to have Janae be a Casa victim. But I've never seen 4 of the OG girls, 4 of the Villa girls, all be single, all choose to be single and not recouple with anyone. I don't think I've ever seen that in Love Island history-wise. So, I mean, I'm glad they wanted to stand on business, but you're also putting yourself vulnerable of being dumped from the Villa as well. They've got to survive at least through movie night. I believe more bombshells are going to come, but I don't think there's going to be enough bombshells for everybody. So, unfortunately, there's going to have to be like another recoupling or something, and a few people are going to have to go because this Villa is jam-packed with the people, right? So nonetheless, we will see what happens from that. But I enjoyed the Casa recoupling. I enjoyed it, and apparently there's going to be a couple of people that are going to be entering the Villa that are former Love Island USA contestants, and my money is on Carrington and Cinco, you guys, and I'm going to do a follow-up video after this After Sun episode airs today because they're supposed to make an appearance on there, and I have not seen any socials activities from Cinco or Carrington, you guys, and I am here for it. Listen, those of you who don't know, Cinco broke up with his nurse girlfriend. They've been broken up, you guys, so this isn't a situation where he has a girlfriend back home, back in LA, and is trying to, you know, make stuff happen. No. I think Cinco is back. He's had 0 activity on social media, as well as Carrington. Carrington was commenting for a while at the beginning of the show, at the beginning of the season, and then he went MIA. So I think Carrington and Cinco will be back. And I'm fine with that because they need to get rid of these losers that are in the Villa as far as I'm concerned. I can't believe all the guys, and I don't know if I've seen this before, where pretty much all of the guys except for, what, 2 people? Except for Aaron and Kendall, all brought back girls? Like it was just crazy. How, like, all of them were just, like, a couple of days, you completely forget your couple, you completely forget everything that you built on, and you're literally treating it like a lad's holiday, right? At least Cordell stuck in his truth and went ahead and moved forward with bringing the girl back, but nonetheless, it is just going to be a bloodbath. So we'll see what happens from there. I think Cordell might be cool on Serena, but we'll see what happens because the people like Serena, so I don't be surprised if they try to push them back together. That's the only thing I don't like about production is they, for whatever reason, want to try to push these toxic couples back together after all the carnage that takes place at Casa Amor. And I just don't understand that logic because in real life, if somebody cheats on you, if somebody embarrasses you and humiliates you on national television, there's no way you're going to come back from that, right? Some people may forgive, but for the most part, when you deal with public humiliation and the whole world is seeing it and the whole world is seeing you get played by somebody, it's hard to come back from that. It's hard to come back from that and say, okay, I forgive you. And so this is like a unique situation, right? Because technically, these people are not in a relationship. Technically, these people, you know, didn't quote unquote close off prior to Casa Amor. However, these couples were a little bit more stable than what they are portraying, except for these guys clearly did not feel the same way, or they wouldn't have conducted themselves the way that they did during Casa Amor. But I think as far as who is able to win, because we have a couple weeks left, because you know USA only has 6 weeks, I think it's out in the open. I think honestly, Janae still has a shot of winning. I still think she does. I'm not on the Kenny train. I'm not. I am hoping that Janae and Cinco can come in there. I feel like if Carrington does come there, that he's going to couple up with Leah. And like I said, I feel like Serena and Cordell, I'm just not sure it's completely done. So we will have to see what happens with that. But that's, the episode. And again, like I said, we'll find out today on After Sun who is going to be entering the villa, who the 2 former Love Island USA contestants are, because like I said, you have 4 single girls right now, so nonetheless, these have to be 2 male bombshells, these have to be 2 males that the people talk about. Hopefully it's not Caleb from season 2, that would just be the ultimate scam of all, so I don't think it's him. But also, Johnny Bananas from The Challenge is going to be on After Sun today, as well as KK. And who decided on the guest for today's episode? Why are we bringing back KK, who was the ultimate, you know, like between her, you know, just rolling up in a ball at Keenan's behavior and continuing to take him back a million times, and literally after being voted a favorite Islander, going to join and leave Keenan, who is going to be eliminated. Like, I just still to this day do not understand how you fumble 50K this bad. Keenan was not all that. You guys didn't even last on the outside because Keenan wanted to be with everybody and for everybody, just like he was in the villa. And you thought this was going to go the distance. No. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.